What's up, guys? Welcome to the NMBD mini series on NFTs. Today, we're going to be talking about what business could I start today in the space of NFTs.
Yeah, and it's not just theory. I mean, we want to start one, right? We want to make money out of this, and we thought about all different kind of avenues.
Yep,
And I think we've come down on one that we feel really passionate about.
for sure. 100%.
So we're gonna give you a bunch of different ones, and whatever tickles your fancy, whatever you like, go for it. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about what we are excited about.
All right. So the first business opportunity that we feel that there is when it comes to NFTs is to create an NFT influencer agency.
Tell us a little bit about influencer agencies.
So I've worked with a lot of influencer agencies in my core business, which is Burger 28. Obviously, the food scene overall in social media is super vibrant. I mean, you saw all those memes early on in the beginning of social media and Instagram, like, I don't even eat my food, I take a picture of it. Well, you buy attention, you buy audience. So as people have built an audience over time, obviously businesses are leveraging those audiences in order to push sales and drive traffic and drive customer acquisition. Now, what would happen if those influencers were empowered with how they could monetize their community with an NFT? For example, creating a PFP, which is a profile picture NFT, which gives you a pass to meet them one-on-one, or gives them an opportunity to mint a video, or their very first TikTok they ever posted, their very first video, their very first tweet, their very first Instagram.
I mean, I think everyone by now would have heard of Tory Lanez and what he did. He sold his album, 1 million copies for $1
in 47 seconds.
In 57 seconds, he
57
sold out,
seconds.
right? And to have that kind of success without any
That's
parties,
the fastest platinum, I think.
Exactly. And he didn't have
no
any
intermediaries.
Yeah, exactly. There's no record label taking a big chunk of the money. You can now, as an artist, make money directly by selling these NFTs.
It's not even as an artist. It's anybody who has a community.
Yeah.
Anybody who has a following and people are interested in that individual or that business or that concept, there's definitely an opportunity there.
And you may be good in your field, but you may not know how to do this.
100%.
And how to monetize it. So that's where the opportunity comes in. That's where you could start something right now to help these people.
Yep.
Right.
To teach them how they can monetize their audience through NFTs.
And it's a pretty good pitch when you come to someone and say, hey, I want to make you more money.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody's going to say no.
People got to listen.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So that's the first one that we kind of thought about. The next one is kind of like a fund.
Yeah.
And an NFT fund specifically. What does that mean? Well, you could start, if you build up a track record, if you look at any of the guys that we have interviewed, a little bit further down the line, let's say a year,
I think that's kind of the direction that they're going for. That's kind of the direction that they want to go for.
Exactly. If you've got a track record trading anything and you can prove, look, I made money personally trading XYZ.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of people that come to you and say, hey, can you take my money and make me some more money?
Of course. I mean, as you guys have obviously learned in this series, an NFT is basically just a digital asset. It's an asset class of its own. There's people speculating on it. There's people trading on it. There's people holding on it. There's value investment. So there is no reason why, if you wanted to get into this space and you didn't have the knowledge and someone came and said, I have all this knowledge, here's my track record.
Yeah, and I don't think that it is like traditionally, opening a fund is such a complicated thing, right?
Just managing other people's money because you know what you're doing.
It's black and white. Like, you can show these trades.
On the blockchain. Every single trade you've made is on the blockchain. So
exactly.
I mean, that gives you proof that you're actually telling the truth and you're not BSing, which a lot of people do in the business world.
And no one will care how old you are or how much experience you have.
It's a complete democratic situation. You can be any age. Like, there could be a 16-year-old who's just done amazing trades.
Did you hear about this 12-year-old who made 4 million creating NFTs?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So there's loads of opportunity. The other thing that you could do is you could say, I'm going to go on Fiverr or any of these kind of platforms, and I'm going to create for people that have communities. So they may not be the most artistic to make their own kind of NFT, but they're looking for people that can create the next doodles or bored apes or
exactly.
whatever.
I mean, there's no
project.
reason. I mean, there was that one influencer who did go on Fiverr and got someone to draw like 10 pictures, and then he minted them and then sold them as NFTs.
Yeah, he was a YouTuber and he just wanted to see whether he could do it, and he made 15 grand out of this.
Yeah, which is unbelievable. I mean, you're creating value out of almost nothing.
Yeah. So it's a side hustle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another opportunity is, as the space is so nascent, so early, there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of hype. I mean, I think I read yesterday on OpenSea, which is the biggest marketplace for NFTs, there's only 70,000 active wallets. There's 250,000 people connected, but only 70,000 active. I mean, compare that to the stock market.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even. Just to show you how early we are in the NFT space. And when Coinbase, for example, or these other big names adopt the NFT marketplace themselves and really open that funnel to just so many more eyes and so much more money flowing in, there's definitely going to be people looking for what? Looking for experts, looking for influencers in the NFT space. And really anyone can get on Discord, get on Twitter, get on Instagram and start researching, start talking, and start learning about this space. There are no boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really passionate about it,
Yeah.
right, and you just share your kind of knowledge, by default, you'll get a following and people will want to listen to you.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were listening to Bashir and the others, and we were asking them, like, where do you get all your information from? The number one thing that they all said was we started on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Right? And then we went to Discord.
Yeah.
And then we've got a couple of tools that we use.
Yeah.
So it's really easy.
It's not rocket science.
No.
It's just a matter of time. A matter of time, which you start to get an intuition, which you start to get your gut feeling.
Yeah.
And then you know what you're doing.
And once you are this influencer and once you have people around it, and there will be so many more people coming into this space, right?
Like any kind of influencer, like an influencer whose lifestyle or anything like that.
Yeah. So that's another opportunity. And then the other thing that we thought about is kind of like a rating agency, like Moody's or Booking.com. You know, a lot of people are looking for reviews, and a lot of people look to seek outside validation, right?
Yeah.
And there are a couple of websites like Rarity Tools out there that rate these projects or that just give volume data.
Yeah.
And but there's no winner there yet. We're still very, very early.
There's not that many players. It's fragmented.
Exactly. So you could create a website that just compares different kind of projects, and then you can think about, okay, how can I add a layer on top of that? Could you then go down the Moody's kind of route where you actually give reports on these kind of projects?
Yeah, for sure. Why not? And people would pay for that.
Yeah.
And that would really tie in well if you were trying to be an influencer, trying to be an NFT influencer expert, and having this like rating system and on the side. And once you get enough following and people respect you and you get it right on multiple occasions, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just trust.
Yeah.
And if people trust you, then why would you not be able to create a platform that says, okay, this project is good, this project is...
I mean, it ties into creating the fund before. If you create this
Basically,
website,
you need to do all of this tomorrow.
No, but if you create, if you've got track record, you can show online that you're doing these reports, you're adding value to people. People will want to give you money to invest for them. And even if you didn't want that, just having the site yourself, you know how big these
even
sites are.
us, we did a deep dive into NFTs. We spent a lot of time on Twitter, a lot of time on Discord and all this kind of stuff. But we actually don't have enough time that you need to invest to be a real expert and trade these on a daily basis, weekly basis. So even us, if we're bullish about the NFT space and we think that there's money to be made, there's no reason why we wouldn't want to give money to somebody we trusted, make us more money. And if they make a bunch of correct decisions, take your cut.
Not just giving someone money, but also providing you with the research that I don't have time to do.
Yeah, true.
If someone comes to me and says, hey, I did this,
and this is a great project.
Exactly.
Or going to be a blue chip. Blue chip means that it's going to be like Bored Ape Yacht Club, for example.
Yeah. Then you could be an NFT curator. You could have someone come to you just like an art collector or curator. You could have someone and represent someone else where you're buying art for them.
Yes.
Right? There's many people that want to get into the space. They don't have time, they have the money, but they need someone that they can trust to buy these things for them, right? Because we think, or we've already seen a project like this in the metaverse, where you're going to have your own kind of art gallery.
I mean, just vibing off that, you could actually create a museum, like the Alexander Museum, where you showcase or you loan other people's NFT art.
Yeah,
and you charge people to enter. There's no reason why you're not going to be able to do that on Sandbox.
Yeah, and you can really express your views and what you like in terms of art, right? And I know that at the moment, CryptoPunks and Bored Apes and stuff, they're, you know, a certain genre of art which not everyone will like.
It's actually called PFP, which is profile picture.
Yes, but there's real art that's going to come into the space.
There already is, and it's beautiful.
Exactly, and you know, having a museum like that where you can actually showcase, I really like this piece, I really like that piece, and having someone by your side that can help you select this. Like they could look into your house, they could look at, you know, what you currently in the physical world own, and how can we replicate this in the digital world.
Yeah, agreed.
That's a really interesting kind of thing. And then the other thing I think is more for technically minded people. You could just create a competitor to OpenSea, and there's many people out there that are now doing it. I mean, Coinbase is, Gemini raised 400 million to do
the same thing.
You know, so I'm sure that.
And I think that there would be an opportunity more on like a regional level. Like I do feel that the Middle East right now is a little bit earlier than America, for example. Most of the people that I'm interacting with on OpenSea and Discord, most of them are based in the US.
Yeah, but it's the same for like Africa or Latin America or
for sure. So in all these different places outside of America and Europe, there's going to be an opportunity to create a marketplace which is specific for that culture, like in that language, and it sells it and shows it in the way that works in Latin America, works in the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, you see the same in tech, right? I mean, Uber was founded in the US, and then there was copycats.
Yeah, they had to acquire the copycats at the end of the day. So if you're able to create something, get some traction, do marketing locally, build a customer base locally, and creators locally, then you're going to definitely have a platform that somebody's going to want to come and acquire, like a Coinbase or a Gemini down the line.
All right. And now let's switch to what we're excited about. What is the one thing that how we think we can participate in this NFT boom, and what are we going to do?
Well, I think there's an opportunity here, Tarek, and I really wholeheartedly believe in this, that there's an opportunity. I really think we have an opportunity here to create an NFT project of our own.
Okay.
All right. How are we going to do it? Great. So when you analyze some of the really, really successful NFT projects, one of them which springs to mind, which I missed out on, Gary, please give me a VFriends, please. I swear I was there early. The MetaMask thing, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to go too far down that. For example, like VFriends is building a utility around the NFT. What does that NFT allow you? What community does it allow you to get into? What utility does it have? For example, in VFriends, you get to go to his conference. There's also some NFTs where he gives you a gift. There's other NFTs which allow you to have one-on-one time with him. So I think creating a really, really well thought out plan and program of how we can get our community involved with us even closer than they are today, there's a lot of value in that.
So over the last kind of couple of weeks, we thought about clothing line.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, Alex and I were dressed every day the same if we could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for Mark Zuckerberg on this one, man. Like Zucks knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The guy just wears the same thing every single day, no question. So he doesn't have to think about it.
But not really our style.
No, not exactly our style.
So we like to wear a hat. You know, it's hot in the Middle East. And a t-shirt, shorts,
hoodie,
depending on the weather outside, and shoes.
Yeah. And why would we not want to wear our own brand or wear exactly what we would want to wear?
I mean, everyone dreams of having a deal with some kind of company, right? We're creating our own, and we think the name is really cool. Would look really cool on clothing items.
Yeah, I love it.
So,
and I think that people in the community can relate to it and will be proud to wear it. But when we do create the clothing line, we're going to make sure that it's meta ready. What does that mean?
Tell them.
Metaverse ready means that when you buy the physical piece of clothing, you'll actually also get an NFT of that physical piece of clothing that you'll be able to wear in the metaverse.
So Alex had the task to figure out how this whole thing is going to work. And we're 90% there?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah,
we're pretty close.
We're almost there. By the time that actually physical stock is going to be available, we're going to have it figured out. So that's the first thing. Kind of like having something for the real world, but also for the metaverse. And the amazing thing with that is people will say, you know, when we started this, we dropped something at the beginning, and you will have something from the first kind of line.
Yeah,
that
for
we
sure.
dropped, which is that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So what's the next kind of thing that we think about how to do this NFT project for our own NMBD community?
Well, the one thing that I noticed in my deep dive into the different projects which we were looking at is that you want to reduce churn. You want to reduce the sales as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All the major projects aren't having buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell every like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or an hour. You have people who buy them and want to hold on to them. And people obviously react to scarcity. If I can't have something, if I can't buy it, what happens? Price goes up. So one really interactive, smart way that some of these projects are doing this, enticing holders to hold on to their NFT is by staking them.
Yeah.
So by staking them, you lock up your NFT.
Yeah.
And it earns you something. Okay. For example, you would be able to lock up your NMDB NFT on our website. And for every day that it's locked, we pay you a NMDB coin. Now, you need to create utility in our ecosystem for why somebody would want that coin. Otherwise, why is somebody going to stake? So for example, you could say that every minute of a one-on-one conversation with me and Tarek costs you 1 NMDB coin. Now, if people really wanted to have that one-on-one conversation, then they would stake all their NMDB NFTs to earn the coins to spend time with us, for example, or to pick our brains about something, or anything else you can think of. So there is this amazing situation where a project or a group of people create an NFT project, which then they create this like gamified ecosystem where everybody benefits in the end. The people who created it, the people who are holders of the NFT. It's really early, but it's super exciting.
Okay, sounds interesting. We've got a little bit of work to do there, but I think, I can see many opportunities, whether it's doing a conference, talking about entrepreneurship or how to start your own brand, whether it's an F&B or anything else.
There is no limits, dude. It's crazy. And we don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. Anything else that, we can think about on what we need to wrap into our NFT project?
I think that we need to really consider collaborations with people who are influential in the space.
Yeah.
And I think there's also massive opportunities to collaborate with influencers who are not necessarily in the NFT space, but they're super influential in the physical world.
Yeah.
And bring them on that journey with us to go from physical to metaverse, which is essentially where I think there's massive value.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with any business, right? You want to align yourself with people that have a big audience and help you build your audience and their audience.
Yeah,
and in this way, you can monetize the whole kind of community.
Exactly. And there's a massive opportunity to monetize your community with NFTs.
Yeah.
And we hope to capitalize on it.
We're going to leave it here?
Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thank you, guys.
See you on another one.
Take care.
Peace.
I need to pee. Where's our food?